Welcome to footballgameplan.com, where football makes sense. I'm Emory Hunt, the czar of the playbook. Bring you an NFL Week 2 preview between the Houston Texans and the Miami Dolphins. The Houston Texans are fresh off stumping a mud hole in the Indianapolis coast, and they're going to bring that same type of aggressiveness to the Miami Dolphins. Let's start with the defensive side of the football. The aggressiveness of Wade Phillips showed its face against the Indianapolis Colts. You have a quarterback now in Chad Henne that's a little bit different than Kerry Collins. He's not going to be back there like a statue. Henne has athleticism and can get outside the pocket. So as you guys rush, you also have to remember it's all about gap control against the Dolphins. You control the gaps, and I look at the interior of that defensive line. The run plays that the Dolphins run are mostly inside traps, zones, and draws. So it's up to the interior defensive line to control that middle and those outside pass rushers to play contain. That's an element of defense you want to look out for. Also, you look at the fact that roll coverage toward Brandon Marshall, one of the best playmakers in the NFL. If you guys can roll coverage toward Brandon Marshall and force these other receivers to consistently beat you in the passing game, that's a win for that defense. Offensively, coming to this matchup, what you can do is spread out the Miami Dolphins. Yes, you're going to be out with one of your talented wide receivers in Kevin Walter, but remember, you guys go 3 deep at the tight end spot. And those tight ends are very athletic. So utilize those guys in the passing game to spread out that Dolphins defense, and you can effectively control the pace of this ball game, i.e. like the Patriots did, and you will find some room to run the football if you spread these guys out. So that's another element that you guys have to keep an eye on offensively. Don't be afraid to spread these guys out, even without Kevin Walter. The Miami Dolphins have to come in offensively. First of all, great job by Chad Henne. I like what Chad Henne did last week, and he did some things well. What I didn't like was that offensive play call at the goal line on 4th and inches. You have backs in the backfield. You have Chad Henne, quarterback sneak. You have Brandon Marshall you can throw the football to. You don't throw the football opposite of Brandon Marshall in that situation, but that's just me getting off my soapbox. Offensively, the Dolphins have pieces, and this is a chance to take advantage of those pieces. The Texans will come in and be aggressive. What's the best way to take apart an aggressive defense? Quick plays like the traps, the draws, the screens, the misdirections. That's how you take advantage of an aggressive defense, and the Dolphins will come in and do that. And they can put a little bit of trust in Henne. Henne has the opportunity to throw the football deep down the field, throws it a great deep ball, and throws it well vertically. That's the opportunity to spread these guys out, neutralize that pressure. Defensively, the Dolphins have to come in and they have to play better than they did last week in the passing game. Great thing about it, the Texans don't have Kevin Walter, so you can effectively double down on Andre Johnson and force these other wide receivers. Jacoby Jones is going to have to step up and pay dividends for the Texans passing game. That's the thing. If the front 7, which I believe can stop the run, you can roll coverage and double down on Johnson and make these other wide receivers prove to be viable targets. And the middle of the field has to do a better job. The tight ends ate you up last week against the New England Patriots. The Texans have talented tight ends just like the New England Patriots. You can't allow that to happen again this week. Now, looking at the X factors, starting with the Texans, the X factors in this ball game are the other wide receivers. Johnson is going to get his. He's going to get double coverage. The other wide receivers have to step up and be consistent threats throughout the ball game. For the Dolphins, the X factor has to be the offensive line. There was some leakage in that offensive line later on in the ballgame. Did a great job in the beginning. Later on in the ballgame, they had some leakage. Henne was under pressure. That O-line has to be able to protect against the Houston Texans. I'm going with the Dolphins in this game. I like what I saw of the Dolphins. I think this team matches up well defensively against the Texans offense. Look for them to slow this game down and to take away Andre Johnson and get pressure on Matt Schaub. I like the Dolphins at home in a close one. For more NFL previews, visit footballgameplan.com/NFL or visit our YouTube channel at youtube.com/footballgameplan. And listen to the Football Game Plan radio show, which airs Saturdays 11 a.m. Eastern Time at blogtalkradio.com/footballgameplan.